I'm Sharrie, and this is my journey to purpose. I grew up in a small farm town in northeastern Pennsylvania, and I lived with my parents. I had 2 younger siblings. Just growing up in a difficult home with mental health being a struggle for both of my parents, it was never addressed. Parents that were fighting and kind of back and forth in their marriage made things really difficult, and I felt like I grew up at a really young age to kind of help care for my siblings. For me, it was a struggle because I didn't feel valued and I didn't feel loved, that I felt like for my self-esteem was lacking, and I took control of the one thing that I could take control of, and that was me having an eating disorder, because I felt like if I was skinny, then I was automatically pretty, and people would want me, and then I would feel that love. Through middle school, there was one of the people that helped out with our youth group that really made an impact in my life. Her name is Julie. She definitely stepped in and filled that gap in my life where I needed that parental role to guide me and love me and care for me. God totally put her in my life at just the right time. She poured life into me. She taught me what it really meant to be a Christian and to walk in faith and have that relationship with Jesus, and what that meant instead of just going to church on a Sunday and not living it out the rest of the week. Just looking back and knowing where I've come from, I say that I was broken, and I was timid, I was scared, to begin kind of working through my mess and discovering who I was in Christ, and what my identity was in Him. A couple seasons ago, I started going to a small group through Victory Church, actually, and it has been life transformational to be able to walk with this great group of people that I call some of my closest friends. It's been super neat to do life together and hang out and fellowship with one another, to have people to lean into, to pray with, and to pray over as they walk through different things in life as well. We're not who the world defines us as, whether we're pretty or tall or skinny or bigger. None of those things matter. None of them are going to heaven with us. And I think that He has a divine plan for all of us. Some of the things that I've learned is, even though I've walked through this, it's molded me into who I am today. I work as a labor and delivery nurse and absolutely love it. And I enjoy just standing in the gap for other families or other young women who may be struggling, and let them know that they are loved and they have a purpose. And I think it's so cool that even though my mom wasn't there, I get to help new moms bring life into the world every day. And just being able to love on them and encourage them and share in that moment that's so special to them is really special to me. And for anybody who might be struggling, whether it be self-esteem or feeling unworthy, feeling like your story doesn't matter, feeling like, where do I fit in? God has a plan for you. In Jeremiah 29:11, it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and give you a hope and a future." And I just encourage you to rest with that today. Just know that He has a beautiful future for you. And even if today is really difficult and the tears are falling and you feel like you don't have a purpose, He is using you, and He uses the least of these.